This is a special visit where he's gone specially to Prayagraj for a dip at Sangam. But you know, the larger message that is coming from Prayag, even for the last few days, cannot be missed. We have seen how believers from all over the world have traveled to Maha Kumbh for this dip in the holy river. And particularly at Sangam. It is, of course, about that eternal philosophy that Amit Shah spoke about. Yesterday, you had Akhilesh Yadav, senior, the party patron, or should I say, the party chief of Samajwadi Party, also take a dip. And now we are seeing Home Minister Amit Shah. Over the few days, we'll be seeing several VIP visits as well. But as far as those who have been there in Maha Kumbh for the last few days, when you speak to them, when you get a sense from them, it is about that seeking of a blessing. It's once in a lifetime opportunity. Not everybody can be blessed with the opportunity of visiting Kumbh. So that's what we are seeing. Perhaps everyone wanting to take a bit of blessings when they visit Maha Kumbh now.
Absolutely, Maria. And this visit also comes ahead of the Prime Minister's visit. The Prime Minister is likely to visit on the 5th of February or some sort of close to that. And we can expect a similar itinerary with the Prime Minister as well, where he will be also taking the holy dip as well as performing the Aarti. He will be meeting some of the saints as well.
Absolutely. I mean, Prime Minister's visit is likely as well. The exact date is yet to be known. He is likely to visit, perhaps next week sometime is what we are being told. But, what is the significance of this pilgrimage, which is a Kumbh? It happens every 6 or every 12 years, depends on the partial or the full revolution of Jupiter, and it represents certainly the largest human gathering in the world. Maha Kumbh this time has digital and AI being used as much as to ensure that various technologies are displayed. And the kind and the scale at which this has been organized is unprecedented because the sheer, involvement at various levels by the UP government cannot be missed as well. This is the celebration certainly of a community. There is also numerous fairs which have been organized around it. There are religious discourses by saints which are happening there, mass gatherings of monks which are present as well. So certainly when it is about the Hindu philosophy, we are seeing more of it play out at Maha Kumbh right now in Prayagraj, which was earlier known as Allahabad.
Maria, when we talk about Maha Kumbh, we definitely have to talk about the arrangements because when UP CM Yogi Adityanath was speaking to NDTV yesterday as well, he did point out that they've gone all out in terms of security, in terms of crowd management. It's a new standard set. Like you said, there are various akhadas that are present and, thousands of devotees who've thronged, as well as top leaders, big personalities who visited. But the crowd management has been maintained throughout.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, once upon a time, there used to be these tales that two brothers or siblings got lost in Kumbh, only to meet several decades later. So this time around, there's no lost and found, which is there at Maha Kumbh rally, which is happening in Prayagraj. The kind of arrangement which has been made, VIP tents, particularly to ensure safety, security, and there is special, the guards which are there near the river, so that those who are taking a dip are also protected. They do not really venture much deeper into the sea, into the river. But overall, when we look at the nature of arrangements, we are told that a total of course, it began on the occasion of Makar Sankranti, which is 14th of January. And on that day itself, 3.5 crore devotees had taken a dip in the holy Triveni Sangam. And a total of 45 crore devotees are expected to be present there in the next few days. The delegations have been coming from far and wide, from Mauritius to Sri Lanka to UAE to South Africa to Fiji to Finland, and it's almost like a tent city which has been built at Prayagraj. There has been meticulous arrangement which has been made by the state government. There is also cutting edge technologies, what we were told, increased infrastructure. Planning has been also sustainable cleanliness is being maintained. There is this message of fusion of the past and the future, which is coming in, and there is also what we were told by those who have visited this is the display of innovation in terms of a pandal which is called the Tejas Pandal, which has the 85-foot tall structure which is modeled along the Tejas fighter jets. So one district, one product exhibitions are there as well in Prayagraj. Even as we speak, there are drone shows which are there, which of course depicts the legendary Prayag and the Samudra Manthan which happened, and the cultural extravaganza which is also being organized, which would have Shankar Mahadevan, Kailash Kher and others who would be present, and this is all going to continue till February 24th. So for the believers,
Right.
this of course is
Right.
a very, very special occasion.
Maria, as of now, we're getting in visuals live from Prayagraj of the Home Minister taking the holy dip. He's along with some saints as well. There, the Home Minister taking a holy dip at the Sangam. Remember, he's also going to be performing a puja right after this. He's going to be visiting the Hanuman temple as well as part of his itinerary for today. The Home Minister, after taking the holy dip, is also going to be meeting with seers and Sankarcharyas as well from Puri, Dwarka and Sringeri. Remember, the Home Minister is taking a dip at the Triveni Sangam, and the CM as well had spoken about how the cleanliness, like Maria mentioned, was maintained of these rivers. That's something that they have been reiterating time and again, that to maintain the piousness of Maha Kumbh, they ensured that these rivers were clean enough for devotees and for pilgrims, as well as several of the seers who had attended to take the holy dip and to feel divinity as they are there at Maha Kumbh. These are, of course, live visuals coming in of the Home Minister there along with seers taking a holy dip at Maha Kumbh. My colleague Vasudha with us with more details. Vasudha, we're getting in visuals now of the Home Minister taking a holy dip along with seers at Maha Kumbh. This, of course, is quite a significant moment. It also comes ahead of the Prime Minister's visit, and we can see that a similar itinerary or a similar agenda will take place when the Prime Minister visits as well.
Absolutely, and I just remember, a group of reporters when we met Amit Shah recently in one of those events, and somebody had said, somebody had asked him this question, ab Kumbh jayenge, and he corrected that person and said it's a Maha Kumbh and it comes only once in 144 years, and I will never miss it because, next lifetime, who's going to wait for that? And while the world knows him as a very practical administrator, somebody who's a politician, somebody who's a Chanakya of Indian politics, there is this side of him which is known to people who have practiced politics, and that is of his interest in Indian scriptures and Hindu scriptures and Hinduism, basically somebody who understands, who is well-versed not just in scriptures but also, the understanding of the kind of importance that Indian civilization or Hinduism had in shaping of that world, ancient India, and also world during ancient times. He's also somebody who's a modern man who believes that, going to the Kumbh is not just paying respects to one's ancestors and to the kind of efforts that ancient Indians put in for the country to make it what it is today, but also to give a push to the modern form of the country that we live in. So that's why the digital Kumbh is also in place. And if you look at the people that he has met, the Shankarcharyas of Sringeri and also Puri and Dwarka, some of the oldest mutts in the country, including, Juna Akhada and Niranjani Akhada. Juna Akhada is one of the oldest akhadas in the country. It has, it goes beyond 9th century, and he's also somebody who started his meetings meeting of Deshanand Giriji, somebody who's very instrumental in working of the akhada, streamlining of the way Hindu monks and various akhadas work in this country. So he's planned it out very well, and of course that dip is going to be the highlight of this, because that's where that's what Prayagraj is famous for, the famous Sangam of Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati, something that's very that's considered very sacred to the life of Hindus. So this is the Home Minister trying to give his boost to the Maha Kumbh of 2025, and also this is a question of personal faith and conviction for him.
Absolutely, and the essence of Maha Kumbh itself is, like you mentioned, absolving oneself of sins and attaining moksha. So it is one of the utmost important sort of events that would take place as far as Hinduism is concerned. And this, of course, comes at a time when the Uttar Pradesh government has again been going all out in terms of infrastructure development for to ensure that Maha Kumbh takes place smoothly as well, Vasudha.
Absolutely, Tanima, and most importantly, all of this is happening in Prayagraj, and we all know that Prayagraj, while it is considered amongst the ancient cities, it was also the center for judiciary. Allahabad High Court was there. It was also the center for, Allahabad University is one of the oldest that we have. So clearly, this is the perfect spot where, ancient meets the modern, and that's what I think the government is also trying to push here, while UP government has also been trying to make it about one district, one product, and also boost tourism. It is also ensuring that the ancient ethos of Kumbh, to represent the ancient form of Hinduism, the purest form of Hinduism, without its ills, is probably the most important thing that the government is trying to do, which is why it has made sure that pilgrims who come there, devotees who come there, don't have to face any, logistical hassles. It's also winter that's going on, so that's there's a lot of emphasis on ensuring logistics, ensuring that the arrangements and amenities are up to the mark, because we've also, Maria was also talking about the kind of tourism potential that it has, the kind of delegations that have been coming in. So this is a marker of UP's own performance as a government. Yogi Adityanath is seen as an able administrator, with law and order being one of its plus points. And Amit Shah, the Home Minister, is also seen as somebody who not just understands the BJP's ideology, but is a practical man, but also someone who is deeply well-versed in what Hinduism talks about and how it wants to reflect itself in the world. So this is, I think, the government coming together to show that one picture of UP.